The old merry dominion is the
We're done
only
here.
just cause in Camelot.
Agreed, you arse.
Here for his bones. Fine. Rotten ruin of all the days. I'm sorry you had to see that, traveler. Our family drama is a poor welcome to Vashabar. Those two old timber pigs were our fathers. My beloved Clendigal and I simply can't get them to see reason. We want to be married, and our fathers, trees take them, won't hear of it. You just saw the backside of an argument we've had many times. This was the last. Clen and I are going to leave. Start a new life. Can I ask a favor? I have coin. They don't see eye to eye on anything. It's like they want to grind each other into bone meal. Long story. If you're inclined, find my Agawen Cyril and tell her we're leaving. We need supplies, and she might be willing to help us. Cyril's my aunt. She owns the beer garden at the center of town. You can't miss her. Ifray, the singer himself, must have sent you. Thank you, traveler. I'm slightly exaggerating. But while the language of my people is expressive and beautiful, we have no word for fundamentally disagree with to the point of violence. My father's a Green speaker and devout follower of the Green Pact. Clendigal's father is an important envoy for King Nantharian's Dawnway. If they weren't so worried about appearances, they'd have punched each other in the bits by now. They hated our match long before we crossed the River Strid and Vashabar was grown. But the last few months have been tense to the point of breaking. We tried one last blighted time to convince them, as you saw, and failed spectacularly, damn it. Oh, what a brilliant idea! Sorry. Perhaps where you're from that's an option, but not for us. Without the blessing of our fathers, not a soul in Vashabar would accept our union. That's just how we are. We've plenty of family friends, but no one like that. Oaken Burl. Clen and I both lost our mothers when we were young. It's one of the things that drew us together. We need our fathers to consent. Or we need to leave. I'm slightly exaggerating. But while the language of my people is...
Hey, thanks. Not every man or myrrh that comes up the road would help a couple in the middle of a family fuss. I'm angry. I just have a hard time letting it out like Lainey does. I was so proud to move here with the rest of my kin. Sure, I'd marry my beloved in this beautiful new village. But you saw what we're up against. Not even close. But today's arguments were the last leaf to fall. This has gone on long enough. Lainey and I have been together for years, and we've wanted to be married almost as long. Lots of little things. The season wasn't right. We were helping establish the village. Honestly, I think we both just hoped our fathers would see reason. But we're done waiting. It's time to act. Ifra helped me, yes. Without my family's help, Vashabar would never have been grown. Why wouldn't I be proud? And we call the forest Dawnwood for a number of reasons. A new day for my clan, for Valenwood, even for Westweald. Green speakers, including Lainey's father, grew the village after Dawnwood covered the land. Vashabar's still a tender shoot by Valenwood standards, but it's expanding every day. From the smallest sprigs, Grot Oaks grow. We don't want to go, damn it! We're so proud of the clan, of this huge chance we took moving across the River Strid. But I love that woman. I want to stand in front of the village, pronounce that love, and drink Rotmith till we're all sick.
Please be gentle here in the Wilder Hall, traveler. Some of these documents are hundreds and hundreds of years old.
One thing a wood elf would never pass up, a fresh pint of Jaga poured straight in their cup. Sweeter than blood froth and smoother than honey, a full mug of Jaga makes everything sunny. And what makes a drink just one star?
Welcome, traveller. This is the Vashabar Garden of Ale. I'm the owner and host, Cyril. Did I hear raised voices just now? Was that Lainey and her father? Green preserve me. My brother Nidalee and old Mint are the problem here, sure enough. They've never seen eye to eye. But since Vashabar grew, their views have petrified like ancient bark. Neither will bend, but it's the lovelies who suffer. Ah, easy enough. I'll do it. But look, Lainey and Clendigal deserve love and their village both. Can you go talk to those old goats? Tell them their children plan to leave. Maybe that will make them finally see reason. How can you... I have just the thing. Take these. I brewed up a few casks of Jaga earlier this week. Offer them a drink, and maybe they'll be more inclined to listen. I'll be over by the stables when you're done. Those old manners should be in pod houses around the village. And don't worry if they get cranky. They're more bark than branch, if you take my meaning. Was there something else you wanted to talk about? Of course. You're kind to involve yourself in affairs of the heart like this. Family, tradition, belief. Oh, my brother. What a mess. I want them to be happy, sap sweet as that is. They've put off their own plans for years now, first supporting their fathers and then the village. If they want to stand and be married, Ifrey himself couldn't dissuade me. Since we were kids, I've been trying to get Nidalee to listen to reason. He may be a pillar of the community now, but to me, he'll always be my little brother. He thinks he's teasing me by calling me a wise woman, but I secretly love it. In Valenwood, the oldest trees are revered, but the long shadows they cast can strangle saplings before they take root. Minth and Nidalee are much the same. They're giants, but we need new growth to secure the future. Pig's milk, primarily. It's my own recipe, so there's a bit of this and a bit of that in there for flavour and body. If you like that, you should taste my rot meth. I've been brewing a batch for Lainey's wedding ceremony since she was a baby. What exactly are you implying, Calovian?
I'm not implying. I'm saying it outright. This land wasn't yours to grow a forest over.
That's enough, Tribune.
Fine. You and the mercenary handle it.
Apologies, Greenspeaker. What can you tell us about the seed my friend is carrying?
A Calovian soldier can't just stroll into our town and throw around accusations. If not for Baragon, he may not be part of our settlement, but his good works are known to us. Well, what is it? What did you bring to show me? Does he? Well, let me take a look. This appears to be a green spring seed, but it's unlike any that I've ever worked with before. It's infused with strange energy. Green spring seeds are what green singers use to grow new sections of forest and shape them into enclosures and settlements. We use some to create vashabar, but this one is corrupted. Still, something familiar. Wait, I've sensed this before. I was out exploring. Dawnwood may be a blessing, but I'm curious as to its origin. And the devastated area troubles me. I ran into wood elves with a covered cart. There was a whiff of strange magic about it. It must have been one of these seeds. Here, I'll mark your map. I met the wood elves with a covered cart in the hills east of Leftwheel. If you find more of these corrupted seeds, burn them. And don't worry, I'll destroy the one you gave me after I finish examining it. The Tribune sees a threat in the eyes of every Bosmer, but she may not be wrong. I've heard rumors, secret gatherings, elves taking up paths walked before we accepted the Green Pact. Some who follow the Dawnway may be tied to the Recollection. Our new settlement consists of two Bosmer factions, those who observe the Green Pact and those who follow the Dawnway. These elves cultivate crops and harvest wood, but they would never abuse the Green's gifts by corrupting a Green Spring ritual. We Wood Elves are children of the Green. Long ago, we swore to never harm the living forest. We do not cut wood or pluck fruit. In exchange, the forest shelters us and shapes itself to our needs. Those who follow the Dawnway walk a different path. We had nothing to do with the appearance of Dawnwood. King Nantharion tells us that it is a natural extension of Valenwood. That its sudden growth is proof that we are meant to reclaim our rightful heritage of this land. Dawnwood is what we call this new forest. Valenwood lies to the south, just across the Strid River. King Nantharion gathered Bosmer, who wanted a fresh start and took advantage of the new forest to build the Vashabar settlement. That makes no sense. No ritual I know of can make a forest grow so quickly. If the corrupted Greenspring seed, this Wildburn seed, is capable of that, I really must study it. I need to determine if the seed's taint has spread into the green. I need to conduct tests, make a detailed study. But if I had to guess, I think it carries a whiff of Daedric magic, which could explain the unprecedented explosion of energy and the area of devastation along the border, the Wildburn. The Tribune sees a threat in the eyes of every Bosmer, but she may not be.
Now that she mentioned it, I've heard of Greenspring seeds. If the Recollection was able to corrupt the sacred seeds of the green with Daedric magic, that's unthinkable. Before we go look for that cart, we should talk to King Nantharion first. King Nantharion's an interesting person, charismatic, a visionary. He saw an opportunity and rallied Wood Elves to follow him and start this settlement. As I understand it, he leans toward the Dawnway more than the Green. We need to warn him that his followers are in danger. While drawing Wood Elves away from the Green is next to impossible, Green speaker Sorrelin notwithstanding, the followers of the Dawnway are ripe to be recruited by the Recollection. The king needs to know.
If Baragon insists we go see this so-called king, let's make it quick. We don't know how much time we have before the Recollection strikes again. They both showed up in Westweald around the same time. Oh, I don't think every Wood Elf in Vashabar is a member of the Recollection, but some must be. It doesn't help that they occupy a new forest that appeared on land that doesn't belong to them. Sure, the new forest sprang up in a part of Westweald that was mostly wild and uninhabited, but it's still part of the province. No one in Vashabar swears allegiance to Count Calantius. What's he supposed to make of that? I'm not concerned about lines on a map. People are getting hurt. The devastated area at the border of the forest is ruining farms and spawning dangerous beasts, not to mention the attacks by the Recollection. Someone needs to answer for all this.
Ifre's needs, a stranger. Welcome. What can this old green speaker do for you? My sister sent you? Yeah, and with Jaga, no less, eh? Well, what's my sister up to this time? Well, I'll drink with you, stranger, and I'll hear what you have to say. Cyril does make some mighty fine Jaga. Rabbit dung! Laney will be our next green speaker. Has she never abandoned her duty to the green? Damn Mint and his dawn white spawn. Are there weeds in our garden? I won't allow this marriage. I'll make that clear to Laney. As soon as I finish this jogger.
Narain needs to learn to hunt. You know it's time, Regamore.
She will, but not from you.
Who's that stranger?
I knew it! Trouble follows you again, Mother. Lorraine, to me, now.
This is not a good time, stranger. If you have business with me, make it quick. Oh no. Someone is hunting the Scarlets. It's just as my son feared. My past has caught up to me again. I should have known it when I found the note on my doorstep. The note said an old friend wanted me to meet them in the woods to the west. I don't have any old friends. I threw it away. But if what you say is true, it might be the killer waiting for me. I need to get Narain and my son away from here.
Ah, a visitor to our fair village. Perhaps you'd like to hear about the Dawnway, the new path forward for Bosma and Vashabar. I can tell you all about it. Jaga? From Cyril? For me? What's this all about, stranger? Ridiculous. Clendegol belongs here. I want him to see the world from the top of the canopy, not the bottom of the forest floor. To see the world as our King Nantharian sees it. Our king plans for the future, for our people, for Vashabar. No, he can't marry the daughter of a Green Speaker. The outdated customs of the Green Pact have held my people back for far too long. I understand what you and Cyril tried to do here, but my mind is made up. Now excuse me. I need to find my son.
There you are. I've got a good start on gathering supplies for Laney and Clendegol. How was your chat with the old goats? Those two could give lessons in cussedness to a timber mammoth. And now they'll be looking for the loving couple. Damn. My niece can't leave. If only... If their fathers won't budge, can we convince Laney and Clendegol to stay? I know those two. They'd never be happy as outcasts. If they stay, there's always a chance we can sort this out. I still need to work on these supplies. Would you be willing to talk to some friends of the families? Get them to encourage patience? Gandelian. He's Laney's grandfather. Helped her walk for the first time. Ah, and Melaniel. Clendergole's tutor with a blade. Both of them should be nearby. Thank you, Traveller. There's a stiff brew with your name on it once we get this sorted.
I spy a That's the right of theft of Bosmer's
Ah, a visitor on a mission. Like a ringtail after a beetle. A new face in Vashabar. Beautiful like the pelt of a Sench tiger cub. Fresh from the den and curious about the world. No! What? No! All of a sudden I'm back, holding Lainey's hand as she takes a shaky step like a fawn in a glade. Oh, my heart. This is because of their fathers, isn't it? Nedelier, you foolish old man. I can't, stranger. I'm sorry. I teach the children if they want to leave, they should. It would be wrong to say different to Lainey. I'll go find Cyril. Perhaps I can see the couple before they leave town. Oh, I'm like a litter of fisher pups on the inside, all flailing limbs and lashing tails. I can't believe Lainey thinks she has to leave town. Her father will be heartbroken. If raised tears, I'll be heartbroken. Oh, thank you for asking. I'm a part of the Valenwood Faithful, an aide to the Green Speakers, advisor to spinners, and tutor for the village children. Would you like to hear my favorite thing about the Green Pact? People in distant lands like to focus on our eating habits, or what we think about fallen trees. The truth is, the Green Pact is a way of inviting the forest into our lives, into our hearts. And that just makes me so happy. Many things. Oh, many things. Children don't know not to be curious, you see. A timber pig in a truffle den. Geography, politics, the ways of the green. I'm even a fair hand at cooking when I put my mind to it. I have to wear many hats. Hats on hats. We're a small community, and we want our children to make good choices, to be ready for the world. And if they choose to leave someday, well, perhaps they will return and bring the world back with them. People in distant lands like to focus on our eating habits or what we think about fallen trees. The truth is, the Green Pact is a way of inviting the forest into our lives, into our hearts. And that just makes me so happy. Ha! Of course! Green speaking is a beautiful art, an extension of the deepest mysteries in Ifre worship. Some mages use it like you'd wield a hammer, as a tool. In our clan, we dedicate ourselves fully to hearing the singer, to weaving the trees. Oh, no! Not everyone has the aptitude for magic. Or perhaps, like a songbird in the highest branch, the storyteller's tune is too faint to hear. But for those with the gift, we celebrate it in a way few still do in Valenwood.
A smile and a laugh can hide many things, including a dagger to the back. Don't forget that while you visit here, traveler. The wood elves seem friendly, but they can be fierce as a wolf on the hunt when they want to be.
halt! King Nantharius
Oh,
sees no
perhaps
one without
it's
good
only
cause.
We have good cause. We've come to warn him of a danger to Vashabar.
Very well. But the legionary must remain here.
Fine. I'll wait here.
Thank you, Tribune. Come, friend.
Traveler, are you looking to practice the blade? In the mood for a sparring match? Glendigall, leave? But the village is freshly grown. And it feels like just yesterday I was helping him choose a training blade. I know how much he loves that young woman. If they think they have to leave town to be married, well... No, I'm sorry. If they want to go, I respect their decision. But... Maybe old Spinnabel Wellis might be able to help you. He's keeper of the Wilderhall here in Vashabar. The Dawnway teaches us that knowledge of the past can build a path to the future. Our Wilderhall holds all the old knowledge of our clan. Maybe there's something in there that could help Lainey and Clendigall find happiness. Maybe there's still some way forward here. What is a marriage but a hope for a better tomorrow? And Vashabar itself is a symbol of hope. I'm an accomplished blade dancer, and work with Minth as an envoy of the Dawnway. Before we left Valenwood, I taught everyone who asked the way of the sword. Wish I'd had a chance to do more. Bit of a pompous term for someone that's good at fighting with the sword, innit? I heard it from a high elf in mixed training at a Dominion base. I kinda liked it, so I made it my own. With my whole heart. I saw more than enough during my time with the Dominion military to know we need a better tomorrow. A glimmering dawn on the horizon.
Greetings, stranger. All are welcome in Vashabar. But tell me, who enters my humble abode with Baragon, the hero of Ninglinir Pass? And what was that about a danger to our unassuming town? A recollection? Yes, we have heard of this new order, but it has nothing to do with Vashabar. Do you really expect to find such violent agitators in this peaceful hamlet? Greenspeaker Sorlin helped us settle Dawnwood and build our town, but I haven't seen her in weeks. I assumed she had done her part and returned to Valenwood. Not everyone is prepared to break away from the familiar and start anew. A wild burn seed? I've never heard of such a thing. But then again, I'm not a greenspeaker or a spinner. And what did Derelith make of this strange seed? I know she's been trying to determine how our Dawnwood came to be. Does she suspect a connection? That's not far from Hoperoot, our new settlement. Count Calantius has refused our offers of cooperation, so I cannot assist you directly. But if you learn anything more that you feel I should know, find me at Hoperoot. Hoperoot lies to the north of Vashabar, just before you enter the devastated region. I'll be there, supervising the establishment of our next settlement. Good luck to you, adventurer. I am the leader of the Dawnwood settlements of Vashabar and Hoperoot. The Bosmer I lead wanted no further part in the endless struggle for the Imperial throne. So when the Green extended the forest north into Westweald, I sought it aside. The lands between Skingrad and Kvatch were all but abandoned after the troubles of the last decade. The Strid Vale was a frontier ready to be settled. When the Green extended the forest, I led my people out of Sylvanar to build a new home here. I am the son of a noble family of Sylvanar, House Rill. Under the Second Empire, we ruled with little interference from Cyrodiil or Eldenroot. Many elves still remember those days with fondness. I accepted this crown when the people offered it to me. All are welcome in Dawnwood, no matter their beliefs. Some follow the Green Pact, others seek a new path, the Dawnway. You know, the roots of the Dawnway are all around us, which is why I think the Green provided this new forest and led us here. Were you not aware that we stand upon the realms of the Saliarch? You may call them aliens. They are the ancestors of my people. The ruins all around are not their legacy. No, their legacy are the Bosmer. Ayleid blood runs through our veins. Like many Bosmer, I am acquainted with the heroic tales of Baragon's sharp dagger. I spotted him in our town recently and made sure to refresh myself on his exploits. He saved many Bosmer at Ninglinir, or so I hear. You should ask him about it.
I feel better having warned King Nantharion about the dangers posed by the recollection. Now, let's go find that cart. Oh, and I know you want to ask about Ninglinir Pass. Can we save that for later? It's somewhat embarrassing. We'll meet you near Left Wheel, friend. If there's another seed there, we need to find it.
You were in there for a while? What did Nantharian have to say? The Count doesn't know Nantharian. He and his wood elves showed up right after the new forest appeared without so much as a by your leave. Is it any wonder the Count doesn't trust him? Did Nantharian say anything about the recollection? Not involved. Of course he'd say that. As for reporting to Nantharian, that depends on what we find. I serve Count Calantius and the Legion, not some self-declared king. Let's meet at the spot the Green Speaker indicated, and go look for that seed.
Ah, the outsider. How goes your quest? I've seen you running to and fro, traveler. On a quest to help our young couple, I believe. How goes the journey? Nedolir will not bend. Minth will not sway. They revere our culture, but learn nothing from the trees. If the couple chooses to leave, I will not speak against them. Every living being must be allowed to grow as it wills. So says Ifre, so say I. It is a repository of knowledge from Valenwood, a connection to the deep history of our people. I hoped the singer might send you my way. I believe a text from the hall may offer a solution. Seek out a scroll called the Rite of Propagation. It allows a Bosmer community to determine its future, to step in where growth has stagnated. If Laney and Klendagal perform the rite, Vashabar can make its voice known. And not even Nedolir or Minth can silence the voice of the village. The Wilder Hall is just east of here. The rite may be just what Laney and Klendagal need, what Vashabar needs. I suggest you take it over to Cyril when you find the text. She'll be instrumental in enacting the rite. Of course, it is an ancient rite, rarely practiced today. From a time when the supporting branches and vines of culture and custom could, on occasion, strangle new growth in its bed. The people of Valenwood have progressed since then. Somewhat. I doubt they know it exists. Both of them came in to read the texts on occasion, but they live busy lives. The past is not Laney's focus, and Klendagal's mind drifts to much more ancient days. The couple had no plans to leave until now. If Nedolir and Minth are superseded by the rite, and their children wed, those two will not be pleased. But they'll listen to the will of the village. Desperate times call for obscure rites, as it were. Without a doubt, Nedolir is a respected Greenspeaker, and Minth a key member of the Dawnway. They invoke the meaning and weight of our culture every time they open their mouths. If their children invoke a Valenwood rite, they will listen. I am a healer, a scholar, and a spinner. By aiding the people of Vashabar, I tend to the future. As keeper of the Wilderhall, I tend to the past. It means I am a priest of Ifre, god of the forest. As a spinner of tales, I hear his song and weave his stories for all to hear. Everyone in Vashabar believes in Ifre's grace, whether they adhere to the Green Pact or travel the Dawnway. A bit of a loaded question, no? For me, it's about living my story as best I can, and helping those around me to do the same. Ifre is, at his heart, a storyteller. And every story deserves to be told, no matter how large or small. You could say that. As a healer, I assisted in both their births. Laney took command of the room the moment she drew breath. Klendagal came out fighting. I was also there when they lost their mothers. For every bright day, there is a dark one. Why not me? I'm of the opinion that if you believe something is important, you don't leave it in the hands of others. The green provides, traveler, but it often needs help from mortal hands.
To their community.
Singer be praised, you're back. What did they say? A look at... a right? Ah, don't. Ah, Ifra's arse. This is amazing. Where did you dig up this relic? It was Spinnerbell Wellis, wasn't it? Canny old goat. Ha! What a find. Nice work, traveller. I never even thought to ask him. Brilliant. Go tell the loving couple. In the meantime, I'll gather Minth and Nedelir, as many others as I can. If Lainey and Clendegal are going to ask the village to decide, we need the whole village to be present. With the fathers hunting for them, I told Lainey and Clen to hide out. They have a little love nest in an overgrown ruin on the southern edge of town. I bet they're there. Tell them what you found. Vashabar will be waiting when you return. Ah. Oh, it's only you. I convinced Regamore to take Narain and return to Marbrook. He didn't need much persuading, so long as I promised to stay away until I was sure it would be safe. I suppose it's for the best. Was anyone waiting in the woods? A spyglass? They were watching me and my family. A family I barely even know myself. I should have known someone with a past like mine doesn't get to retire and watch their grandchildren grow up. I have to. If something happened to my family on my account, I couldn't live with it. I have to face my past. The years in prison. Calum Vineyard, the fire, all of it. But I haven't even spoken to Hook since... Never mind. The night before we hit the Calum Vineyard, Hook was supposed to return for a second scout before we broke in, an extra precaution. Instead, he wanted to meet that night to talk about... us. We were, but I was married. He urged me to leave the Scarlets after we split the Vineyard prize, go back to my family. But I loved the thrill of it all. Prison changed that. By the time I got out, I wanted nothing to do with the Scarlets. I'll need some time to make arrangements in case I don't come back. But I'll be there. For the others and for my family. I promise.
Things that may never have been. Memories fleeting and fragile. Impressions of things I've seen. A scent sparks recollection. A song can bring a tear. A face seems so familiar. A memory so clear.
Damn it! Fine. Then we make for Varen's Wall.
Right. From there, we head for Anvil. But it's... Oh, Traveler. Hello. I see Cyril found you. This is a happy place for us, Traveler. I hope you've come with news to match. An old scroll. Huh. I've never heard of this before. The rite of propagation. We gather some symbols, present them to friends and family, and ask the village what it thinks we should do. Traveler, with this we might not have to leave. The spinner? I didn't even know he liked me. Thank you. You have no idea what this means to us. We've been on a blade's edge since we spoke. We've already asked you for so much. If you're willing, do you have time to help us gather our symbols? The Dawnway means so much to me and my family. It draws from Ayleid culture, and there are several Ayleid ruins nearby. A mosaic from the ancient empire of the Heartland Elves would perfectly represent me to the village. She's been mouthing words at me over your shoulder. Meet her where we began the ceremony to grow vashabar. She thinks a dormant seed pod will represent her quite well. I'll mark your map, and we'll see you beyond the village. Lainey, we get to stay!
I can't rotting believe it. Can you rotting believe it, Clem?
Ha! The sooner we get those symbols, the faster we can start planning the wedding.
I'll get you something tasty. What do prairie dogs eat again? Meat?
I'm here, friend. If you're ready, let's head inside. Keep your eyes open. The Heartland Elves offer many lessons to those willing to listen. But other things live in these ruins now. The Dawnway, the philosophy my family and I follow, draws heavily from ideas and concepts in Ayleid culture. The Heartland Elves were cruel at times, but they were also magnificent artisans and explorers. Absolutely. Deep in the ruins, our ancestors inlaid beautiful depictions of Ayleid life and love into the walls, celebrating the community those grounds once nurtured. Now that art is shattered, but even those fragments hold meaning in Vashabar. The wildlife down here might see us as a threat. That's it, traveler. An Ayleid mosaic that represents me perfectly. We've got it. Let's get out of here so you can head for the ritual site. Lainey needs her offering as well.
Elena Leia, look out! Are you hurt?
I'll live. Thanks, Baragon. The Recollection ambushed us, like they knew we were coming.
I spotted the seed just up the hill. Friend, destroy the seed. We'll hold off the Recollection.
You can't stop us, and you can't stop the wild bird.
Burn the seed? Good. One less threat to worry about.
They knew we were coming. Either the Green Speaker set us up, or there's a spy in Nantharian's court.
A spy? I assumed the Recollection would be guarding the Wildburn seed, but the Tribune is right. They were expecting us. If the Recollection does have a spy in Vashabar, then they're more dangerous than I thought. How else did they know to set this ambush? Greenspeaker Derelith wouldn't have betrayed us, so it must be someone close to King Nantharian. Which means Nantharian's got a knife to his throat and he doesn't know it. We've got to tell him. We'll need to be careful. If our suspicions are on the mark, someone won't want us to talk to the king. Hoperoot lies near the ruins of Nunangalo, across the Wildburn. Let's meet outside the new settlement and see how things stand. We'll see you at Hoperoot, friend.